Hey guys, welcome back to Eric Reacts with more Game of Thrones. This is Season 5, Episode 6, Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken. I believe those are the words of House Martell, and it reminds me of that time at Yunkai when someone said that the people of Yunkai are proud and won't bend, and Daenerys asks them what happens to things that don't bend. But what fitting lines for House Martell? They never knelt to Aegon and only came into the fold through marriage. People all over Westeros were probably like, oh dang, they mean their words. I mean, we do too, but damn. But the Martells might be the focal point of this episode. I don't know if that means the assassination attempt on Marcella will take place now, or if there will be a confrontation involving Bronn and Jaime. And we'll probably see more of the Sand Snakes and Arya too. But I'm also worried about Jorah after he gets grayscale. That has to come up at some point. Tyrion's going to find out too. I mentioned before watching the last episode that we haven't seen Arya. So it's definitely about time. I want to see what she's up to. We'll probably get back to the Tyrells versus the Sparrows and Cersei. I'm hoping Tommen can be more helpful to the Tyrells. No, not the Tyrells. Yeah, the Tyrells. Okay. For King, he isn't really capable of getting his way, which sucks given the kind of man he is, or boy he is. And then poor Sansa. Her marriage is coming up soon. I'm hoping Stannis gets there before it happens. Not likely, knowing this show, but one can dream, I suppose. But yeah, let's get started. I still think they're getting their faces from these dead people, but I don't know if she's noticed that yet. I don't know if I'd had the stomach for dealing with dead people. I guess this might be training in the sense that she's getting to know the human body pretty intimately. She could be a doctor, except for instead of putting people back together, she's taking them apart. So, not a doctor. Has she learned where they're taking her? The door was left open? Do they want her to see?
My stepmother didn't want any rivals for her precious daughter. Sought help from the faceless men.
While you were in Westeros?
Father was widowed again.
Oh.
I've been serving them ever since.
You're not no one. Look at that smile on your face from remembering that. Get back to work.
Was that true? Or a lie?
Oh.
What? Did you believe every word I said?
She's...
Who are you?
No one.
Arya.
You
Actually,
hear?
the sable boy. Drove my sword through his back.
Lie.
How can
I
you
stabbed
tell?
him in the gut. I wanted him to suffer. I hated him.
That was a lie.
A girl lies. To me, to herself.
To herself.
Does she truly want to be no one?
Yes.
She doesn't. Of course not. She just wants the abilities.
You're an awful traveling companion, do you know that? Careful.
Ever shut up?
I sailed from King...
I killed my father, and he was fucking the woman I loved.
At least your father was a good man.
What you know about my father?
Jor
Nothing.
Mormont.
We shall never see his like again.
Oh, that means he's dead. He didn't know.
You didn't know?
What you looking at?
Vala Margulis.
Valadahiris.
She suffers every day of her life. I just want it to end.
I know.
Poor child.
I was dying.
Never heard this story before. She's lying.
But my father never gave up on me. And I drank the water from his fountain. It healed me. Drink.
He left the door open this time. It's time. I like that he keeps his face as Jack and Hagar so that she'll recognize him and know who she's talking to. Wow. How do they reach all the ones at the top? And won't these faces like decompose? What kind of treatment do they do? I know she does the cleaning, but that doesn't won't stop these faces from rotting.
Is the girl ready
I don't know.
to give up her ears, her nose, her tongue? Her hopes and dreams, her loves and hates, all that makes a girl who she is.
No.
A girl is not ready to become no one.
She just wants to kill the skills to take
But
revenge.
she's ready to become someone else.
Oh.
Why is she worth all this?
You believe there's a plan for this world?
I don't know.
No.
No?
Neither did I. Then I saw a girl step into a great fire with 3 stone eggs. Instead, I saw her, Daenerys, alive and unhurt, holding her baby dragons.
The Targaryens are famously insane. What if she conquers the world? Then what?
First, we have to conquer the world.
We?
It's a slave ship.
Why are they anchored?
They probably came ashore.
Water.
How did you... Oh, damn. Duh. Leave him alone.
Cut his throat.
Wait. Let's discuss this.
And then chop off his cock. We'll sell it for a fortune.
He has to know it came from a dwarf. And how could he know? Unless he sees the dwarf.
It will be a dwarf-sized cock.
Guess again.
Guess again.
The dwarf lives until we find a cock merchant.
Cock merchant?
Besides, she reopened the fighting pits.
You're in luck then. You're about to be rich. You are looking at one of the great warriors in the Seven Kingdoms.
Jorah. Mormont. Not you. Not... Yeah, him.
They wrote songs about him.
I killed a Dothraki blood rider in single combat.
That's true. That is true.
Put a sword in my hand. I'll prove my worth.
Little thinker.
Lord Baelish.
Oh, they're gonna have something.
You're an urgent business for the Queen, Mother. Should I send word that I'll be delayed?
I don't know if they care. Do they?
Step carefully, Lord Baelish.
I'm the insulted party, Lord Baelish. Sir Loras was promised to me. Instead, he chose the company of boys.
Twisting everything.
Lysa was a good woman. A kind woman.
She was neither of those things. We both know it.
They tell me Roose Bolton plans to marry her to his son, Ramsay.
Treason!
Bastard recently legitimized by King Tommen. The Knights of the Vale are some of the best fighters in Westeros. What do you have to lose? A brothel keeper?
And if you succeed?
Name me Warden of the North.
Ooh. Damn. Oh, he's freaking good.
I live to serve.
No, you don't. You don't serve anyone but yourself.
Do you want to marry me because our families arranged it? Or do you...
Aw, she wants love.
A Lannister and a Martell. They have no idea how dangerous that is.
And its kiss was a terrible thing.
Oh, Ron.
Once we've got the princess, then what? I like to improvise. That explains the golden hand.
Put Oberyn. Put Oberyn.
Killing Marcella's not gonna do anything.
Let's not do something stupid. That was something stupid.
We have to go, Marcella, now.
There's so many cuts, I don't know what's going on exactly.
When you were whole, it would have been a good fight. You fight pretty good for a little girl.
Ron, you ass.
Cersei's behind it.
Yes, of course she is. She wants to drag our name through the dirt. Put us in our place. Put the pen down, dear. We both know you're not writing anything.
Ah, yes, the famously tart-tongued Queen of Thorns. Do you really want to see the Seven Kingdoms slide back into warfare?
Over Loras? Hell yeah. Is she writing anything important? Seems like no. He has to deny that he loved Renly.
Blasphemy.
Of course I deny them.
You never lay with Renly Baratheon, nor any other man.
Never.
We have some questions for you.
I am the Queen.
Anybody who has to say I am the queen is no real queen. Oh, oh no. Oh, his word means nothing, right?
Is there anyone else who can support your claim?
Yes. Yes, Queen Marjorie.
Why should the faithful or anyone else take the word of a squire over the heir to Highgarden?
He has a birthmark, Your Grace. Quite high on his thigh.
Wine-colored and roughly the shape of dawn.
No, exploding was not the right move.
The faith is satisfied there is enough evidence to bring a formal trial for Sir Loras and Queen Marjorie.
What? God damn.
False witness before the gods is as grave a sin as any, my lady.
Tommen, order them cut down.
I am the queen.
Tommen. Things aren't going well for Sansa either. There's just bad news after bad news in this episode.
You don't want to end up like the others. And there was Violet. She got pregnant. And well, that was boring.
And how long have you loved him, Miranda? Did you imagine that he would be with you forever? Is that it? This is my home, and you can't frighten me.
Certainly not boring.
Please. He'll punish me.
She doesn't.
You think I care what he does to you?
Maybe if he could tell her that Bran and Rickon are still alive, things would be a little easier. Can you carry a knife to bed and just like murder Ramsay in his sleep? Please? Oh no, murder him before.
Comes here to be wed. Who comes to claim her?
Claim? What a freaking... What kind of wording is that?
Lady Sansa, will you take this man?
No, don't wanna. Don't wanna. Don't wanna.
I take this man.
In his sleep. You take his life.
Oh, no.
What?
You stay here, Reek. You watch.
Do you have a weapon in there? Tell me you have a weapon in there. Theon. It's 2 against 1. Stabs. Kill him. God damn it. God damn this episode. We'll get back to that last scene later, but first, back to the beginning. That woman in the House of Black and White seemingly opening up about her family and her past. I bought it. Arya bought it. It's called The Game of Faces, trying to lie convincingly to each other in this place. And when Jaqen wakes Arya later and asks who she is, she says Arya. I guess admitting that she's not ready to be no one, but still playing the game of trying to lie about who she is. Lots of lies that were close to the truth, but not exactly. The biggest one being that she didn't hate the Hound. So it seems like she did take him off her list, maybe not even knowingly. But I really hope that he's still alive so that they can reunite at some point. But Jaqen says that she's lying to herself about how she feels about Sandor. Interesting that he can tell that. But good lesson to teach. Be true to yourself. Have to be self-aware. But is it really necessary to hit someone every time they fail to lie convincingly? What does that accomplish? But we get to a later point in the episode and a man enters the House of Black and White with his daughter, begging mercy for her. To kill her and apparently to have her served by giving her face to the Faceless Men. Arya lies to the girl, tells her that the water will cure her. And Jaqen then shows her the faces. I get where they were going with the name Faceless Men, but they cast their own faces aside. But on the other hand, they can also wear so many different faces. Their god of death apparently has many faces and is called the Many-Faced Gods. So, Many-Faced God. I think Many-Faced Men would be just as accurate, though Faceless Men does sound way cooler. But Arya isn't ready to be no one, but might be ready to be someone else. That's interesting. We'll see what happens there. And then we had Tyrion and Jorah opening up to each other. I feel like they'll be good friends eventually. Both will be loyal to Daenerys, and they understand each other's plights, even if Tyrion is a little chatty for Jorah's tastes. It felt sad for Jorah finding out His father is dead, though. He's just not having a great day, is he? Oh, you contracted a disease that has turned every person it's ever infected, except one, into a mindless geodude? That's too bad. By the way, your daddy treated everyone in the Night's Watch well, but they kill him. And then he runs into the slave ships next and gets captured. He's just having a really bad day. Or week. I don't even know how long it's been. But Tyrion does some good talking to get somewhat out of this mess. First, they want to kill Tyrion and sell his penis to a cock merchant. Is that a popular profession? I don't... Seems more like a side gig. But how will they know... how will they know it's from a dwarf? Because it will be a dwarf-sized cock. Guess again. It's several times the size of your ship and twice as hard as its hull, I'm sure. But yeah, and then Tyrion convinces them to bring Jorah to the fighting pits. That was some very quick thinking. They just found out about the pits, and he immediately realizes that getting into those would bring them to Meereen, where they might be recognized, and word might get back to Daenerys. So very good thinking by Tyrion. The Sparrows try to get in the way of Littlefinger on his way to see the Queen. He uses the Queen's name to get them out of the way, and surprisingly enough, that works. But I feel like that might not work for much longer. In a previous episode, I mentioned that it might be possible that Littlefinger had a hand in the Sparrows' rise to power, because it would just cause so much chaos, and we all know how much Littlefinger loves chaos. But I think the Sparrows are a little too fanatical, a little too unpredictable, and would probably see him as a big enemy as well, so probably not, but who knows. But Cersei is doing quite a horrible job ruling. I keep remembering Tywin's words. She's not as smart as she thinks she is. First, she gives powers to the Sparrows. Then she's giving the North to Littlefinger if he takes it from whoever's left after Bolton and Stannis fight. Does she not recognize the ambition that these people have? Like, is she just that dense? And then she has Loras and Margaery put in prison. The Tyrells, their greatest ally. And damn it, I mean, Tommen couldn't do anything. It's time for military force, my boy. Tommen's uselessness kind of annoys me right now. He actually told his guards to hold back. But yeah, Cersei... I've never been a fan of Cersei. Like, as a character on the show, she's interesting to watch, but she's just so easy to hate. Like, Tyrion says that her only redeeming qualities are her love for her children and her cheekbones. But honestly, I think it's only her cheekbones. What kind of love is this? She wants to control Tommen. That's not really love. She doesn't care what he wants. She doesn't care that she's putting him in an extremely difficult situation just so that she can lord it over the Tyrells that she has power. She doesn't care if Tommen is happy. She just cares that he belongs to her. It's a sick obsession, and if this story has an ounce of karma, she's going to pay for it. If obsessive control over someone's life is love, then fine. She loves her children. Fine. But of all the things she could have learned from Tywin, she had to take her parenting skills. She had to take his parenting skills. Complete lack of just... really frustrating. But Olenna is paying for her decisions too. Back at Joffrey's wedding, she was saying how monstrous one must be to kill someone at their wedding. I'm sure the gods do not smile favorably on that. This might be her punishment, just seeing Loras and Margaery get put away. Both grandchildren in jail and nothing she can do about it. I guess the upside of this is that Walder Frey might get his too. All the Freys might get theirs too. If her idea about killing people at weddings holds up. Jaime and Bronn reach Dorne and act immediately. I thought they would probably like watch for a bit before acting, but I wound up saving Marcella, though I'm sure Trystane would have defended her until Jaime and Bronn could intervene. But Ilaria and the Sand Snakes, I don't know what they're doing really. Like, killing Marcella would result in war with King's Landing, and is that really revenge? Like, honestly, I don't think any of them are thinking it through. They just... But yeah, we had a battle between the Sand Snakes and Jaime and Bronn, and it was underwhelming. There were so many cuts that you couldn't really tell what was happening. It wasn't exciting. Like, a camera angle would change like every half a second. Like, every slash, every blow. And in my opinion, the weakest fight we've seen in the series so far. We did see Bronn get nicked though, and after Oberyn used a poisoned spear, I'm a little worried for him. I don't want him to die. But now everyone is captured, so much for not starting a war. And then we have the last few scenes in Winterfell. First, we had Sansa stand up to Miranda. Nice little moment, I guess, before she has all her agency taken away from her. There have been other weddings on the show, but I don't think they've ever used the words, "and who is here to claim her," before. I guess they just wanted to drive it home that Sansa is going to be treated like property. God damn this episode. I feel like I need a break after this. That last scene, luckily I'm a few episodes ahead, so there won't be a break for you guys. But I think I can afford to take 1 week off without. Yeah, I think I can take 1 week off. I am at least 3 episodes ahead, even on Patreon. But yeah, I considered cutting out that last entire scene in my reaction, but I kept it short instead. I actually forgot to stop recording afterwards and actually cried for like a minute and a half before I realized the cameras were still rolling. But I didn't want to include that either. That was another wedding, another horrific incident. God damn it. I don't know what to score this episode. Past episodes have been traumatic in ways where it's like, no, goddamn, this is good TV. But the end of this episode made me just be like, why? I don't know. Not actually good. Actually, not going to give it a grade. But thank you so much for watching. If you can't wait to watch the next 3 episodes, you can check out early access option on Patreon in the link in the description below. Bye, friends.